well, Robert Miles should sue. I think if Ed Sheeran could be sued.
It did sound a lot like Children. It was just different enough that they could get away with it, but it clearly was, wasn't it?
It just wasn't very good. I mean, it was well produced, put together, but it's just in everything else was just it could have been any trance song.
I could imagine being at a nightclub and like getting and dancing to it. I can imagine,
but you could imagine that with any, just the beat by itself, you'd be doing that, wouldn't you?
It does. It does make you, and the lulls, and then you can imagine. If you're on drugs, you're gonna love that.
Yeah, I think that's why it's in number one.
But I was thinking, it kind of is a bit like taking drugs. Listen to that tune because it did get me going. Like I was sort of.
I wouldn't know, Louis. Interesting how you do it.
Well, any sort of drug, like dopamine, the same way you doom scroll on your phone and you're watching like clips of a monkey fall out of a tree and you go, like it's that, isn't it? It's that sort of.
Wait, hold on. You're admitting to watching clips of monkeys falling out of trees and laughing.
That's just an example. Oh right, laughing. Well, not out the tall tree.
What I mean?
I was just a cat falling off a table or whatever. It's
so
a cat,
any animal potentially injuring themselves. And you're watching it and laughing.
Indignation. Oh,
I just don't think cruelty to animals is very funny, Louis.
You know what I mean? Like when
I do. That's why I'm so disgusted.
Disgusting, are you? Yeah. Yes, you are.
Disgusted.
A panda sneezing. It's all that crap. But you get a little hit of like dopamine to your brain, and that was quite good. It's like that. It's almost like these sorts of songs are all quite similar. They just short circuit your brain into sort of nodding along and feeling like you're having a good time. But I'd say it's like a fake good time, the same as taking drugs is sort of it's an artificial high, but it's not the same high as actually falling in love or bungee jumping.
Wait, you're just saying that because your girlfriend's listening.
What? What do you mean?
It's not the same as falling in love with my beautiful girlfriend.
Well, that's exactly right. Now you mention it, this is a dedication to my. But a lot of songs are about love, aren't they? And that feeling of falling in love.
Yeah.
Or,
I mean, the lyrics to that were pretty poor, I thought, as well. I mean, again, a lot of it just about touching people. When you touch me, I get vulnerable.
What?
That's what it. Yeah. When you touch me, I get vulnerable.
Okay.
I mean, that's a bit.
Yeah.
A bit weird, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And when you hold me, there's a place I go. It's a different high. When you touch me, I get vulnerable in a different light. Doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? It's a bit weird.
When I hear this, I think, imagine being a singer. Imagine being a trained singer.
I am a trained singer. I don't need to imagine.
Okay. Well, imagine being you, right? And someone
goes.
Hold
on, wait. Imagine being me. Give me a second. Okay.
All right, dear listener, imagine being Nigel Thomas, and then you're signed up and they go, right, you got a singing job, it's paid. Oh, brilliant! Right, this is my dream come true. Right, professional. We want you to just sort of sing the random lines, but most of the time it's sort of the music. It's not really a song. Do you know what I mean? Just when you touch me, boom, boom, feel vulnerable. You know where it was really weird was at Eurovision, because they all have to sing live and they're doing all this shit sort of Europop like this, and there's normally like a couple of lines at the beginning, but it looks really odd when you just got a musical and then just like a singer just sing a random line. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not really a performance.
No. Well, it's all to backing, isn't it? Backing tracks. They should have to do the whole thing live. Music
included,
as well.
That's
That's what I think.
Dear.
And then there's more chance of it being a disaster. Then I'd watch it.
Well, the UK didn't do well this year, second from last.
Yeah.
And it was this sort of music as well.
Yeah, well, no, yeah.
I found it catchy, actually, the British tune, but...
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
What we were trying to do... here's what I think. We were trying to do shit Europop, right? And so all we were was just like a poor imitation of Europop. And what we should do is do what we do well.
Good music.
Good music.
Yeah.
Like, the Beatles came from the UK.
Well, they did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
I do know exactly what you mean. You mean they came from this country.
And we have Harry Styles. So
should have got him to do it. 5 songwriters. 5 songwriters it took to do that. Jesus.
Really?
Yeah. So you had Ellie Goulding, Adam Wiles. Did you know that Calvin Harris is not his real name? His real name is Adam Wiles.
Did not know that.
Should have kept that nice name. At some point, we are going to do a podcast about people with stage names. But that's for the future, Louis. Matthew James Burns, Pablo Bowman, Peter Rycroft.
Why do you think they needed
So many people.
Why do you think they needed 5 songwriters? Is that just the lyrics, or is that the whole? That's
No,
the whole...
that's that for the
Oh, okay,
everything
right,
included.
Okay. Well, because it was a
Well,
production, wasn't it?
Song by committee. Dunch, 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 dunch.
Like
Dun,
what
dun,
what sells? Oh yeah, that children's song. Right. Okay, we'll just redo that slightly different. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what else sells?
So, yeah, that's been number 1. It's been on the charts for 12 weeks.
Well,
So there we go. Trance Rave.
and that was our last song, was it?
Yes. Thankfully.
So looking back on that, how do I feel about the charts? I suppose it was pretty much what I expected. A lot of auto-tune, beats, a lot of... It was about half female and male vocalists, wasn't it? But a lot of what I would call Euro pop.
Yeah. What was the last single you bought?
I just have a subscription to Spotify now, so I just,
But what was the last single you bought, do you think?
that I paid
It's been a
money
long
for.
time ago.
I think I've only bought...
It used to be fun
that.
buying a single on CD, and you get the B-sides. You don't get B-sides these days, do you?
Yeah, I do. I miss that. I miss an album art album, and sometimes they'd have like booklet, and they'd have like lyrics in there and stuff like that. Not like, but to be honest, I didn't really buy it. My brother used to buy CDs, and then I just copy them onto cassette.
Ripped them.
Yeah.
So you stole music.
I really started paying for music when things like Spotify came in, because then I was like, all right, I'll just pay my £10 a month or whatever, and got access to everything. But I know what you mean. It's not the same as back when it was an event and you go to a shop, and I miss DVD commentaries. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You don't get that anymore with streaming.
They should do it. There's I think they'd make money if there was an optional tier on Netflix or Amazon where you paid a bit more money, but then you had access to
I would.
all the extras that you'd have on a DVD.
The extras, yeah.
What you could probably charge a good couple of quid extra a month,
Yeah, a
and
couple
people
of
would
quid
go
extra.
for that.
I would, because I love
Favourite
seeing
one,
all
you have the
that,
commentaries
making
and
of
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, that's solving the world streaming problems.
Because it wasn't as good as in our day. Music was better.
And another premium level on Spotify where you get B-sides and other... I don't know, maybe not so much that, but... So I think...
Well, it would come. I think we need to find a new way to discover music, because clearly it's not the same tunes are staying in the charts forever. They're doing 11 covers of the same tune. They're covering Miles Davis's Children time and again. It's time, we need a way to discover new music.
Yeah, I guess TV shows are still a handy way to do it. Like people discovering Kate Bush.
Okay, yeah.
That kind of thing.
But it's an old tune,
It is.
What about the new bands coming through? Anyway, we're not good at finishing this. We normally ramble on far too long, so maybe you should wrap this up. But dear listener, do write in to musicnatters.com. We've got all our links on there.
Yep.
Tell us what you liked, what you didn't like. Recommend some tunes. Maybe that's the way I'll discover new music.
At some point, when we double our listeners.
When we have 2 listeners.
We'll get a listener curated episode.
Oh, okay, that'd be nice. Last word.
Top 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you next time.
You forget the last word, don't you?
No.